Thank you, Ma'am Jeremy. So once again, I'm Aaron Xavier M. Poserio from BPED 2A. So now I will continue the discussion in the model of curriculum by Hilda Taba. So let's proceed to the step of the Taba model. So the first one is the diagnosis of needs. The curriculum development and teachers' instructional planning both begin by identifying the needs of the learners for whom the curriculum and instructional are intended. This step is critical in order to truly identify and sustain what is lacking in terms of the student educational needs and the societal expectation of them. So the diagnosis of needs, these are the variety of learners in the school environments, all with their different backgrounds, skills, and special needs. So the first step to formulate a curriculum or an instructional plan is to identify what do the student needs and what do the student need to learn. So by the identifying whom the instructor are intended for and why is it needed, we will able to have a concrete goal in mind and the foundation of the curriculum instructional will be settled. So next, let's proceed to the formulation of the objectives. So after the teacher and curriculum developer have identified the needs of the learners through a standardized process of diagnosis the needs of the learners and have determined which areas require special attention. And the next step is to formulate and specify the learner's objectives. So for the formulation of goals, after identifying the needs of the learners, learning goals should be determined in order to know what is the expected outcome at the end of the lesson or the curriculum. This will also make the instruction more specific and the result will be more visible in the end, making it possible to know if the instruction or the curriculum was successful or not. So now, let's proceed to the third step, which is the selection of content. The content included should be carefully determined and chosen based on its relevance, validity, and significance. Furthermore, the content chosen should be aligned with the formulated objective as a result of a standardized process of diagnosing students' needs. So in the selection of content, when the goals is settled, it is now time to select what content is relevant or necessary in order to support the goals and the needs. Within the selection, it is important to keep in mind that the content must be relevant, timely, factual, and necessary in order to ensure the student will have an effective learning experience. So next, let's proceed to the organization of content. It is also critical to sequence content effectively after it has been chosen. The content chosen must also be properly organized in accordance with some type of sequence and in accordance with set objectives as well as the student maturity. So in the organization of content, it is important to know the flow of the lesson in order for the learners to effectively comprehend them. The student cognitive maturity should be kept in mind in determining the sequence of the lessons. Universally, a light of topic is given at the first before verging into something deeper. So this will help eradicate academic stress in the student because they are exposed to the lesson in an organized manner. So that's all for my topic. So for the continuation of our discussion, Ma'am Chris Jane discussed the other step of Taba model.